Welcome to the Rival and Queen podcast with me, Ashley Kilbertowski.
And I'm Sarah Murphy.
We've
never done our last names before.
I mean, it's been a while. We're back.
In case you've never met us before.
You know, sometimes we just need to remind the people, Sarah, of who we are. It's been a minute.
Our last episode was in August, and then we took a long summer break, which turned into a fall break. And now we're doing a holiday episode for you guys.
We figured we would end the year off with a little R&Q love.
Yes, I love that.
And since we last recorded, a lot has changed.
Many things have happened in the world.
A lot. Queen Elizabeth is dead.
Yes, that happened.
In case you've been living under a rock, she gone.
Yeah, I remember that. And I was in Portugal when it happened, and I met this British couple, and they were so sad.
Really?
I felt so bad. Anyways, it was sad.
Oh my gosh. You know, sad.
What else has happened?
Elon Musk, I'm sure if you're following anything with Twitter or on the news, he's now the CEO of Twitter. Tom and Giselle, they're done.
They broke up.
Ben
and Jen married. When did they get married? They probably got married in the summer.
I don't even know.
That happened
But
too.
they're happy. She deleted recently all of her Instagram posts. She's like fresh, starting fresh, which I don't know if I like.
New man, new life.
She's like, I feel like she's like getting rid of Jenny on the block, and now she's like Mrs. Affleck.
Is that her name? That's like what Demi Moore did.
People are really upset about it. Like her fans.
Remember when Demi Moore did that and she went and she was Mrs. Kutcher for everything?
Yeah, that didn't last.
I know, but for a few years it did.
That's true. We're also going to Shania. We're so excited. We were some of the lucky ones to scoop up some tickets in Halifax.
And we're going to Thomas Rhett.
And Thomas Rhett
in
Moncton.
The summer.
Yeah, which I think he's going to be followed with some other guests that they haven't announced yet.
I don't even care who the other people are. Like, not interested. I'll never even look them up. Nothing's like topping Thomas Rhett.
Yeah. And like Sarah said, we haven't caught up since you did your ultimate vacation, solo vacation.
My Eat, Pray, Love journey.
Eat, Pray, Love. And also, I'm having a baby.
Ashley's having a baby.
So, I mean, there's been a lot happening. We've both been busy. You've been super busy with work and traveling and work travel.
I accidentally booked too many work trips by accident, and it was a nightmare.
Yeah. I know you're home this week, which feels probably nice for you.
Rare. So rare.
So yeah, it's not that we haven't been not being in the studio. We're just kind of riding life and like doing what we need to do. And
okay, there's significant changes happening. So let's first talk about the baby.
The baby boy.
What are you going to tell? Oh, the baby boy.
I thought you were going to say, what's the name?
You know what? I am going to say, what's your answer to when people ask what the name is?
I'm not sure yet.
I never ask people what their name is because I know some people don't like to share it. But I think we should do a poll to the R&Q community.
Maybe people should give some good name advice.
Name suggestions. If anyone has name suggestions for Ashley for a baby boy, please tell us. I'll tell you my top 3 I'm really going in hard with. Number 1, Vladdy.
Oh, yeah. Vladdy's been around for a while now.
From the beginning. And I would like some of our listeners to get on board that Vladdy Kilbertowski, it's got a great ring to it. Listen, I know we're in a weird time in the world with Vladimir and Putin and stuff like that.
So would it be Vladimir, or you're thinking just Vladdy?
I think you could, if the Vladimir thing is the thing that is too much, just get rid of that and call him Vladdy straight up.
Okay, what else you have?
But also, I want to put this out there. Putin's likely to die before Vladdy comes of age, right? Like, I don't know, how old is he?
And I mean,
maybe not. Like, maybe he's not.
60s, late 60s.
Okay, surely he's not going to be in reign until he's 100. Like, I don't think he's got the queen's potential.
But also, I feel like that's just a popular name in like Russia, the Ukraine. Like that's just like,
oh my God, he's 70. He'll surely be dead long before young Vladdy becomes of age.
Okay, what else you got? I want to hear this.
I'm really into the name Sam. I think the name Sam's a good one.
Okay, so if anyone doesn't know, my maiden name was Samson.
Yes.
My dad has mentioned Sammy a few times because that's kind of more so my brother and my dad's brother, their nicknames. And I think that would be like a small ode to
the Sampson family name.
It's okay.
I like the name Sam though, like on its own. I think Sam Kilbertowski is a nice one.
No offense to anyone that's named Sam. I'm not saying I don't like it.
No,
it's really weird when you're trying to think about naming a human because there's a ton of names I like or I liked before I became pregnant. But then when I actually think about applying them in this situation, I'm like, no.
Well, I think too, if you are a teacher, naming children is like
Hard.
so hard because every child you have like a core memory with a child that name. Every name, sorry, you have a core memory with a child.
That's a case for Jeff, my husband, who coaches hockey, and he's had either like too many kids by that name and he's just over it, or a bad-ish one that just ruins the name, right?
I think, okay, so Sam and Vladdy, I'm pulling for those two.
What's the third?
And then the third, I actually don't, I like the name Liam, but that's not the name for you.
But that's the thing. I like the name Liam. I think it's a strong name, but I just don't see, like,
Liam,
if you named
Liam
your child
Kieldertowski.
Liam.
Yeah, I love that name.
Yeah, I would love it.
I don't see it for your child either.
No.
Maybe Luke? I don't know.
No,
I don't like that either.
Luke, but that's the thing. Those are strong, nice names.
No. I love the name. I don't like it for your child. I still think, I hope somehow you're in like some weird high after giving birth and you're like, Vladdy's the name.
You never know. You never know.
I think Vladdy Kieldertowski is such a great ring.
VK. Well, I was at a dinner. You were away again. And Sheridan Ingalls was mentioning that she had a name for her first child that before she even became pregnant. I mean, I think she's fine with me sharing this story. That she had a name and she was obsessed with it. It was the name. Like when they were going to get pregnant, that was the name. She was a teacher at the time and had a student of this name and loved it. And then she said not long before she was due, after she became pregnant, she was just like, it's not the name. Like it just like left her and she's like, that's not the name of our child. So that's kind of why I'm not dead set on something either.
My parents took 3 weeks to name me. They said they
what
wanted
was it
to get
supposed to be?
Oh no, my mom wanted to name me Tierney, and my dad didn't like that. And then they took 3 weeks before they named me. I was Baby Murphy.
How does that work? You just I
You
don't
leave
know.
the hospital as Baby Murphy, and then you register after.
Is there a certain amount of time though you must register? There must be. Like you can't be unnamed for
forever.
Like months. I don't know.
Well, you might be able to. I don't know. The government's like, think of everything happening in the world. The government's not knocking down your door because you haven't named your baby in 6 weeks.
Yeah.
I mean, you would have a name within 6 weeks. Otherwise,
I know Kylie Jenner's going through this right now.
I'm defaulting to Vladdy. If you don't name your baby for 4 weeks, Vladdy, official.
Oh.
Everyone, it's official. I want this to be documented. What's Kylie Jenner going through? Because I don't know.
Well, apparently I think on one of the newer episodes, her new son, like newest baby's name is Wolf.
Right. Yes, I did hear that.
But she still hasn't like confirmed that they wanted to change it. They said that that wasn't the name. So I feel like they're still, but I just can't imagine months going on and not having a name for your child.
But do you think that they've already changed the name and they're just not telling people? They're testing it out maybe. Well, you don't want to change it twice.
I saw something, this was on TMZ. Yes, I watch it occasionally. It said that.
I think people love TMZ. I have no shade for it.
Kris Jenner posted a photo with all the elves on a shelf with like all the kids' names on them that she gifts them every year for Christmas. So it was like Mason, whatever, it says all their names. But she's too smart to know it says Baby Thompson for Chloe's and then Baby Webster for Kylie's. So and then Harvey, the CEO at TMZ's speculation was that they're trying to wait till the next season for people to find out the babe. It's like everything is a PR stunt in this
Definitely.
Family. Like, tell us the name of your child.
Definitely a PR stunt. Yeah, but that's juicy goss that they know you'll turn it. Remember, they do weird things. Like, remember they didn't tell anyone Kylie was pregnant for the first baby for Stormy?
Yeah, I don't know. I could understand that, like waiting, but I'm like, the name?
Yeah.
I'm going to find out eventually.
Okay, so before we go too deep on the Kardashians, let's just circle back to you being pregnant and tell us a little about the experience and how you're feeling.
Well, so I'll be 28 weeks. So in the third trimester, which I apparently from what I've been told and read, like the second trimester is like
glorious,
more of the sweet spot. Yeah. The first few months can be a little bit rough. Just like,
how did you find them?
I didn't physically get ill or anything, but I did feel like a lot of food aversions, which is normal. And just
coffee
like
aversion.
Blah. Yeah. A lot of things that you would typically eat. Like the thought of a salad was disgusting. Just like wet
vegetables.
I mean,
it sounds disgusting to me now as you're describing it.
But then, I think once I was like 16, 18 weeks, like I felt fine. Aside from not sleeping that well. Like I woke up, I think, every hour last night. And I've just learned to adjust. So here we are. But I am thankful everything's going well, and like I feel good because it could be,
it could be worse. But you told me that you think the lack of sleep in pregnancy is to prepare you for the lack of sleep in motherhood.
Apparently that's a thing. It's the rising of different hormones at different times in the pregnancy, which is why you wake up. And apparently it's probably because of the hormones for like after.
And what are some of
It's going to be more shocking for Jeff.
Yeah, Jeff, who's been sleeping like a little log every single night, just like a sweet angel, sleeping in a deep slumber every night.
Well, and he just got back
for
from
8
Nashville,
hours,
being on like a 5-day bender with his cousin and friends, and he's like sick and exhausted. I'm like, just keep riding this wave because this is what you have to look forward to.
You're never going to get over this.
Welcome to my life.
That's so funny. Also, for anyone who's planning a trip to Nashville or going to Nashville,
public service announcement.
Yeah, this is a really important PSA. 3 days is the right amount of time. 4 days is you've hit the max. Tolerable, but it's going downhill. The return on investment starts going downhill on day 4. Day 5 is too many days in Nashville.
Too many.
And Jeff can confirm this. He came back sick. We both came back sick when we
had no voices
for 3 weeks after 4 days. 3 days is the amount of days you want to spend in Nashville.
If you're going to Nashville to party and have fun.
Yeah,
if you're going to do like other things, sure. But
max.
It's like going to Vegas.
3 days on Broadway.
It's just like a different vibe and different scene. But like you would die unless you're going to like lounge by the pool. And if you're pregnant, maybe I would have survived Vegas for 5 days. But
It would be too hot. Okay, some other things that I want you to tell us about pregnancy, because you're discovering these, are what are some of the things that happen to you that nobody tells you about? Like
so many.
Yeah, so tell us some of the untalked about discoveries.
I don't know. Some of them aren't like big, but they're just little things that you have to like look up.
But they're also weird.
Ask someone. Yeah. Some of the like ligament stretching and stuff I would say was like the weirdest in your stomach, because if you think about it, it's like expanding all the time. The sleep thing, I thought that most people just didn't sleep because they were super uncomfortable as they got further along, that it was just like awkward. But no, it's like a thing pretty much, well, for me at least.
The whole way through.
Yeah.
And you're not a easy sleeper anyways. I don't mean this in an offensive way.
No, I'm not. I'm not a great sleeper, but I think maybe with an infant or a newborn and an infant, it might work out to my benefit. But I think trying to nap is going to be a challenge because I'm not a great napper.
You might learn how to nap through this process. That might be like a silver lining. What else? Nosebleeds?
Yeah, weird, like not outright like
gushing,
nosebleed, but like always feel like there's some sort of blood or mucus, which is apparently very normal because your blood doubles the amount of blood in your body, which weighs, I think, at least 2 more pounds. So
oh my God.
You realize how when you gain weight, like I'm pretty much on the same, or like the trajectory of like, what you should gain from my BMI and everything. But because there's so much blood in your body, there's extra like inflammation in your nose and like all this, I don't know.
Crazy.
It's weird.
And you said you have brain fog.
Yes, I'm happy you're reminding me all these things because I'm forgetting, hence the brain fog. The brain fog is part of the hormones, being tired, like just everything. But yes, Sarah was with me. We came at a Cafe Lara here in Halifax, and there's probably 3 steps when you come outside, and I was holding my laptop, and I jumped off the second step because I just couldn't figure out if there was one more step or there was no steps.
Oh my God, it scared me. I was like, what the fuck just happened? Oh my God, it was terrifying. Okay,
but
so
I'll be
clumsiness.
Yeah, clumsiness, your balance is off, obviously.
Your center of gravity's off, yeah.
And hormones is a big part of it.
So clumsy.
Love you, hormones. Yeah, but I'll be saying, it's not as bad lately, but sometimes I'd be saying something mid-sentence and then I'll say to Jeff or to you or someone, what was I saying?
Oh,
like, it just like goes out the window. Very odd.
These are just like funny things that like
putting things not back in the fridge. I've heard of this before. Like you just go to put something away, a mug in the fridge or something. You're like, why?
Why did I do this?
Yeah.
I know. I think this is like the funny part of it that you don't, that like, I guess they just seem like minor things, but it is weird when you're going through it because you're like.
And there's so many, you know what I mean? Like they do add up and you're really, I mean, aside from the regular things of like your body expanding, your breasts getting
Huge.
They've kind of stopped growing now, but for a period, I was like, oh my God. I still have
You got
12 weeks left.
Oh, you're going to have some big tatas
They
by
gonna
the
get
end.
large.
And our friend Alex is also pregnant, and she's got some very large breasts at the moment.
I bought a new shirt at Aritzia that's like one of those spandex ones, you know,
Yeah.
but it's very low cut.
Oh my God.
And Jeff's just like, let them hang out. Like, just let them go. I'm like, all right.
I want to see you in this shirt.
I might wear it to our gals' dinner this weekend.
Oh, great. I can't wait.
Oh.
Bring them out, baby.
Okay, tell us more about what's going on in your life, because I feel like people need to know. People need the follow-up on the silent retreat.
The silent retreat,
Yeah, because people were very intrigued. You were on there documenting Portugal, everything, and then before you went into the silent retreat, it was like
Gone.
after you went in, everyone was just like writing me, have you heard from her? How is she doing this?
Well, no, you obviously didn't hear from me. I was in a silent
but
retreat.
maybe they thought you were like, couldn't handle it. I don't know.
I know. That's true. Someone had a bet with my
concerned.
mom that I wasn't going to make it, but I did make it. And actually, except for I will say at one point I did exclaim in my sleep. I rolled over and hit my knee on the wall and I
curse?
said, ow. But I was in my sleep. I'm not even sure if it happened. The silent retreat was amazing. It was 5 days long. So you get there on like, I don't know what night, maybe a Monday night. And then you start the next morning. Maybe it was a Tuesday. And then you do 5 full days from 7 a.m., you know, all day, all night in silence. You don't talk. And then, and you know, 5 to 6 hours of meditation a day, an hour and a half of yoga. And then you have like free time in your meals. And so and then a lecture. There was a lecture once a day for an hour and a half.
But that's kind of nice too, that you're able to like hear
Listen.
something and just kind of like think about what they're talking about, not just in your own mind.
Yes,
You know,
yes.
like some things to like provoke you to think and stuff.
And the only thing you could read, they gave you a booklet that you could read while you were there, because no books or music or anything. And it was all about different.
Do you have it memorized?
No, I don't have it memorized. Because I had read it before I went in, so I didn't even read
I was
it
just
while I
thinking
was
like
there.
if you get not bored, but if you were like, oh, I really need to like grasp something, that you just keep reading it over and over again.
Do you know what that's like? I was not bored. I loved it. And by the end of it, it was a really interesting experience, because you're like sort of frustrated because you're like nothing is happening. Like, and you would have these like momentary breakthroughs in a
Did
meditation.
you know what time it was at all? Like, were you aware of that?
Yeah, there was one clock. If you want to see what time it was, you'd walk back to the meditation hall and check the clock at the front of the room. That was like,
Would they ring
like
a gong or something?
There's
when it was-
gongs all day.
Okay, so you know, oh, now I have to go to yoga.
Yeah, so they would ring gongs between the next session. You sort of just get into the routine, and everyone's doing the same thing,
That's what I'm
right?
picturing. Not like zombies, but like kind of like everyone just like picks up their things and like herds together.
Well, you're not
and
allowed to
goes.
look at each other, so your eyes are down, and you're walking in silence.
Was that
through the
hard?
nature? No, but it was hard because my roommate is like this wonderful Spanish woman, but who's so outgoing. And I think in general, Spaniards are very chatty
vivacious?
and touchy and actually it was so funny. We got there and it was just such a perfect glimpse into how prudish we are in North America. And like literally I walk in the thing and she's naked. She had just gotten out of the pool and she was changing. And so she's just toweling herself off and like shaking my hand
like normal,
as she's
totally
like
normal.
drying off her boobs and her vagina. It's just like, I'm such a prude, and as North Americans, we're such prudes, and I loved it. I was like, this is great. Thank you for being
Did you do
just
that
in your
by the
naked
end
glory.
and by the end of the trip?
Not in Portugal, but definitely when I was in Greece, I was naked all the time.
But not like
On the beaches and swimming.
in the silent retreat. I don't know.
No, the silent retreat is like a very non-sexual environment. Like you're not supposed to
That's just part of
masturbate.
it.
You're not supposed to
Oh,
have
geez.
sex. Like, well, I
Who would be having sex? I guess if you just like
people could if they matter. I don't like. Some people would.
maybe
definitely,
there'd be some weird energy connection they might feel and just like can't resist.
I don't.
Would you
know.
get kicked out?
Yeah, they would ask you to leave if you did. But like at the same time, like it depends what you go in for. Like I certainly was not going in looking for a romantic connection.
No, you're trying to turn
Inward. Yeah. So the group was really good. But yeah, it was super interesting. And it's just crazy when you're so deprived of stimulus. Like you just like the rest of the world becomes so like vibrant and interesting. And I love nature and trees. Like I'm obsessed with them anyways, but there were so many different trees on the property. There was cork trees and fig trees and
things
pear
you
trees.
would probably notice, but not as in depth,
No, and I became obsessed with the ants. Like I became so interested in watching these, like it was like beautiful and sunny and hot when I was there. Ants would go for like hundreds of feet in this perfect line. And it's just amazing how they work together as like a colony. It's crazy though. And like, it's just, they're carrying these like huge leaves. And
Sarah
seeds.
comes out and starts a documentary on
I know.
ants.
But it was sort of just like, it was interesting to notice every day. And one of the girls, when we were there, she stepped on a scorpion one night going to the bathroom and she was in bare feet.
That would hurt.
Yeah. And also,
did she have to get like...
Well, nothing. They just put like a cream on it, I guess. I don't know. She couldn't tell anyone was the thing.
We
didn't find out till the end. So I will say the whole experience was, in hindsight, I look back and I'm like, I love this. And actually at the end of it, I didn't want to break silence. I wish it was longer. I wanted another 2 or 3 days because I felt like you would just go so much deeper. And I was so grateful I did the 5-day because before I went, I was looking at a 3-day, but I talked to Connie McGinnis, who's been on our podcast.
Has she done one?
She's a friend of ours. She goes into silent retreats quite often, but she hasn't done a structured retreat. She just goes to like spaces and stays in silence. But she said it usually takes her 4 or 5 days, like 4 days to kind of shut off.
Yeah.
And so she recommended the 5-day. And I would recommend the 10-day. Although mentally it might be hard to wrap your head around. If I were going to do it again, I would do 10 days.
I wonder if there's a place or such thing that you could go and like leave when you're ready.
Yeah. So I think what
Like
the ones
like
Connie does, there's centers,
like,
you can do that.
On the 8th day.
Yeah, totally. I liked having the guided thing because you're also learning. Like I was going to learn about some of these other kind of philosophies and stuff. So I really enjoyed being like guided, but it would be cool to do it on your own. But it's amazing the feelings come up. You're like so frustrated some days and you look around, everyone else looks peaceful and you're like, I hate this.
Oh, that's true.
But then at the end, you all share your experiences and you realize you're all feeling the exact same things. And it's just like so funny. And I noticed
ups and downs, I'm sure.
Oh my God, totally. But like overall, I loved it. I loved how vibrant everything was. And then on the flip, it was just you realize how stimulated we are constantly. Like even when I got out, music was like agitating to me.
Yeah.
So I loved it. But so then I went to Greece and swam naked in the sea for 2 weeks and that was fucking great.
That was great. That was a good way to end.
Oh, it was so good. And now I just want to move to Greece. So that's my new life goal.
It could be in the plans. You never know.
My new goal is to be able to go to Greece for as long as I want.
Yeah, or like do like a more extended stint.
As long as I want. 3, I didn't want to come back.
I don't blame you.
I've never traveled alone before. It was wonderful. I wanted to stay for 3 months.
I always think that like if there's, for example, last time we went to Turks and Caicos, which was last January.
Yeah.
And we're still kind of in like a weird, pandemic situation. I was like, why the fuck don't we live here? Like, why? I don't understand. I can work from anywhere. Yeah. I mean, it's really expensive to live there, so that's probably.
But maybe not Turks, but let's find another country.
But I'm like, everything's so beautiful and it's warm and like the fruit, like just like random things. You're like, everything's just like so fresh and beautiful.
Oh, it's so nice.
Not that, I mean, we're very lucky here in Nova Scotia, but it's just nice to like escape and just, you feel like a weight lifted off your shoulder. I don't know.
Yes, because it's not, you don't have all the
routine.
You don't have all the routines, the obligations, but also on the flip, you also don't have the community that you have of home. But
it's nice
it's a break
step away
to have
from
it.
that.
No, it's not because you get to step away from the obligations of that, right? Like there's a book I read.
Do whatever you want.
And it talks about how community is like this double-edged sword. It's like something that gives you so much value, but it also requires obligation, commitment. And like, I think that's what a vacation is you get to step away from all of that.
Yeah.
And it's just like a break.
And it's also, I know you did this lots. Like, it's just nice to meet new people and talk to new people and see new things. Like, I feel like
it's so stimulating.
Yeah. Especially the last few years have just been weird. And it's just like, you forget how beautiful the world is and just want to, as soon as the baby comes out,
you're off.
I'm going somewhere.
With the baby in tow.
Oh, yeah.
I also think too, I think my ideal is to be able to live in Greece, but to not be working in Greece. I don't I think trying to do stuff in a lot of European countries is incredibly frustrating. Like I think North America has there's a lot less paper. involved in stuff. And so I do recognize that, but it's nice if you're doing your own thing and can pop in and live there. And actually, a bunch of the European countries have added nomad visas. So you can get a year visa as Canadians to work there remotely, which is so cool.
Why aren't we doing this again?
So cool. I have to go to Newfoundland, evidently, all the time. As I mistakenly booked way too many trips this fall. Anyways, now I'm not doing that. So.
And here we are. It's December.
And now it's December.
Did you get your tree done?
No. So I've
I need to help you.
I've been decorating.
I got a tree last night.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, great. So I pulled out my decorations probably 3 days ago. My house is covered in decorations and nothing's happened. But what I did do is go get fresh boughs yesterday, and I love them.
Smell so good.
They smell so good, and I put them on top of my fireplace, but then they dry out from the fire. So I'm wondering if I should put the fake ones back on the fireplace, but I kind of like.
Stick the real boughs in. Do you know what Oasis is? Like the foam that when you get flowers, or like an arrangement, because then you could put those in a pot and constantly add water to it.
Oh,
I used to work at it, or did co-op.
I love that,
because you're right. They do.
I'm gonna give it a few days, and if I cut them back so that they're not hanging over where the fire is, and I'm gonna see how they do. Because they're so cheap. It's $5 for you could get enough boughs to do your whole house. Mm-hmm. And if that doesn't work, then I'll swap and put the fake one back up. But no, I would say it's a process. My tree is a third decorated. I did the ribbon and the beads last night.
Oh, that's good.
And 10 bulbs. So
you're getting there. Yeah, we went to. I have to say,
my tree is done by the time
by the
this
Halifax Forum.
Oh, the Forum.
They're the best.
10 out of 10.
The guy we went there years ago.
That's where I got my boughs.
Yeah, they have tons of boughs. They have reeves too. Anyways, he's just lovely. I think they're from trees come from down in Bridgewater somewhere.
Great group.
Jeff and I walked in because I knew it was going to be a torrential downpour today, and I was like, we need to get it while it's dry.
Yeah.
Look, went up one aisle, which I was enjoying, but then I just spotted it. You just know there's the tree. Threw her in the car.
No, I don't think everyone knows. I think you know.
But I looked at it today. We put some of the lights on it last night. We needed 2 more strands because our tree last time was smaller, and it's becoming like your process. It's in phases.
It's in phases. Why? I feel so different this tonight, Christmas. Yeah. Last year, because we were stuck. Oh, I didn't mean to cut you off. Finish your story.
I don't even know what I'm saying, but it's just, I don't know. It just fit in the corner so perfectly. I'm like, this is a perfect tree.
I'm not shocked. Shocking. You have a perfect design eye. You picked out the perfect tree on cue.
It just fits in the corner, which I didn't want it to be blocking the fireplace and stuff. But I do have your same concern. It's right by the furnace and by the fireplace. But I figure I'll just keep pumping the
water.
H2O. Yeah.
I'm just letting these boughs dry out. I told Basil, who works on the front desk in the building I live in, he told me he's got a pine tree. I just told him I'd get him to cut me fresh boughs every week. And I just pop them back on. So I might just be replacing mine.
Yeah. See what happens. But the smell, I came down this morning.
Oh, it's so nice.
And I kind of forgot how good it smelled.
Oh, it smells so good. I can't wait for my decorations to be up and my place to be clean and look just winter wonderland. Right now it looks like a chaos.
It will be. I mean, time's ticking. Christmas isn't in.
Oh, I know.
3 weeks.
Last year we decorated so early. I feel like because we were stuck inside, and this year I didn't feel like doing it early, and I don't even feel like
I don't feel like it either.
It's
I'm
so
doing
interesting.
it.
Yeah.
And also, I haven't bought one Christmas present.
I bought a couple, but not
you
many.
Did. I don't know. I just I don't want anything.
No, that's how I feel too. I don't want to buy gifts, and I love giving gifts, but I'm like, I don't want as much.
No, we don't. Sarah and I are both in the process of getting rid of a lot of things, beyond. So I don't want to add things.
So last night, in my process of doing the tree, this is why it's getting so delayed, is exactly what Ashley's talking about. So in my vision of moving to Greece, I came home and I started purging everything in my house. And I literally am just going through room by room. Pack? No, so I'm ready to move. That's why. I'm starting the process. You know, you got to visualize. You got to get yourself ready.
Yeah.
So it's happening. Well, no, and in case I decide to move, because I'm also
you wouldn't need your apartment.
Yeah. And even if I move somewhere else in Halifax, I'm not going tomorrow.
For many reasons, decluttering is good for the soul.
So last night I'm in the midst of decorating. I'm like, I'm going to make myself a cup of hot cocoa. That'll be nice. And I've got the movie. It'll just get me in the mood. So I open up the cocoa. I get that going. And then I'm looking in that cupboard and it's just dusty and dirty. So I take out the baking stuff. And then I realized like some of it's expired. So then I throw all that out. Then I open up the next cupboard. I clean out. Anyways,
How good do you feel?
30 minutes later, I'm still in the kitchen, but I've cleaned out all of my cupboards. And like the tree has no new bulbs on it.
You know what? That's okay.
So I'm just on this purge and whatever. I don't know what's happening.
Feels good.
But in the spirit of Christmas, let's do like a little quick rundown of some of our top gift ideas. Do you remember any of yours? Because I
sure
remember
do.
them.
I have them written down.
God damn, Ash, you are on top of it.
My brain fog. I'm gonna say
Your fog brain. Get your fog brain out here.
Okay, and we will share this a
How
little more
many do
widely.
you have? Because I think I'm forgetting some of mine, but I'm writing them down. We're going to share this
have
through
like
Instagram
8.
and do a highlight so you'll be able to see them.
But one of them I don't remember the brand name, so we'll share that. You have it too. Maybe you'll remember, but
Okay, you go first.
well, there's this pair of mittens that we have.
Oh
You
my
were
God.
gifted the mittens from our friend Sarah Reardon, and then I was, then needing to buy them because they were so amazing. They are a Canadian company, I feel like out west.
Oh, really? I thought they were like a Nova Scotia
Or
person.
maybe Montreal. No, they're not local here, but
Okay.
they're not far. Anyways, they're the warmest mittens. We'll find out the brand name and share them. Also, the Cure unscented, specifically for me, because smells can be too much. Their body butter.
Oh,
It's like whipped.
they're whipped body butter. Okay, so on this topic, the Cure, some of their products are on my gift list as well,
Yes.
which is their lip gloss and their body oil.
Oh, I haven't tried the body oil.
Yeah, just honestly, their lineup is just a killer gift.
Yeah. And I don't know, just the texture. And I actually find if I put it on, say at night or in the morning, later in the day, I can still feel it on my skin, but it doesn't feel greasy, but you can still feel that it's there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Also, our Vija sneakers
From another shop.
from another shop. We love those. We both got the Velcro ones, which are super cute.
Huge fan of the Velcro. Because here's the thing. I knew I was going to only ruin the lace-up ones because I was never going to tie them up. So the Velcro was like, here's me making an adult decision. And I'm a huge
they're
fan.
cute.
They're so cute.
It's different. You feel
I
kind of
got
like
the rose gold, guys.
a kid. Okay, I'll list off a couple more and then you go. I have it on right now. This Missouri necklace is still one of my favorites. It's a chain. Can you see that?
I
know
can see
you
it. But I don't think anyone else can.
No, it's just,
We'll take a photo,
and
guys.
also,
Don't
like,
worry.
do I have it on? Yes, I
You do have it on, yeah.
Love that. I've had it for years, and I just like I feel like they're just doing so many killer things. They have a
Yeah.
ton of commercials on TV right now, which is cool. But like their kind of messages, like traditional marketing for jewelry is about a man buying you something, and now it's about like this, like more women empowerment stuff. But it's cute and it's really well priced, and they're Canadian. So.
Canadian, and they bring in basically gold from Israel. It's Israeli jewelers. That's the family that started it. But yeah, great Canadian company.
Okay, TNA socks, which we both have, obsessed.
From Aritzia,
I need some
sign us
fresh
up.
ones. And the last one is the Fraser Fur holiday candle. You can get them at Thornblooms. You can get them, I think, maybe Blissmo, lots of other places. But like, literally, I bought one, just a cheaper one at Winners. Doesn't really smell amazing. Then you light this for 10 minutes. It's like your whole house smells amazing.
The potency of that thing is
It's worth the $25 or $29.
or $40.
Depending on the size. Yeah, they go up and up, but
I spent $60 on them this year.
it makes me happy. So whatever. But I think it's a great gift.
It is a great gift. And actually last year I bought another brand and I
Wasn't the same, was it?
I was allergic to it. I actually had to give it away. But I will say, so I'm with you. The Times one is my favorite.
Yes, time.
If you, I think that's the brand.
Yeah,
Is it?
yeah, you're right. I couldn't remember, but I know it's called like Fraser Fur.
Yeah, and if you can't get that, I will say Contrail Candles makes a great winter one too. That smells super good. Yeah, they have a good one, and they're a local company.
Yeah, and you can get. I know at Salon 1883 they have a little display there, or you can find them online. But
yeah,
ooh, I love the holiday candles.
Great candles for the holiday. Love that. Huge fan. All right, my favorites. I've been thinking about this. It's been coming to me for days. So number one was the Cure, the lip balm, and actually the thing I love about that is it's kind of unisex, so you can give it to literally anyone.
And the package is beautiful. It kind of has that. What was the one years ago that the balls that unscrewed and they screwed everyone's lips up? But I used to love the feeling of that big circle.
The big fat lip. I know, it's so good. And also like guys, okay, this is a stereotype, but like, let's be serious. They're not the best at skincare and body care. They don't have any of this
But if
stuff.
you give it to them,
it's a great gift and they love it.
you don't want to be kissing any dry lips this
I don't want to
winter.
kiss any dry lips. Boys, you better get that lip chap going.
No, I do love the package though.
Vivier vitamin C cream. I ran out of mine the other day, which made me think about how much I love it.
I love it too.
Huge fan of the Vivier vitamin C cream.
The C peptides one, is that what it is? Or you have the different one?
I have a different one, but it's pricey, but it's so good. You can get it at Vibe. Big fans of Vibe. I will also say another great gift from Vibe is some of their skin treatments. I'm booking a photo rejuvenation session for January. I love them.
Amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. So they also have incredible treatments, which I think are like, those are a home run for.
So relaxing, especially in the winter. You're like snuggled in their heated bed and stuff too.
You want your skin to feel nice and vibrant.
I know.
I'm really into the skin
Post-pregnancy,
vibrancy.
I'm getting all. You can't do anything. You
You're
can't do
going to be in a
laser.
spa for like 2 days with the babe on your boob.
Oh my God.
I love
Botox, everything.
Shoot you up.
Shoot, just right here. I'm noticing like just this one line, which is why I started getting Botox like between
You can get the taping. I want to try the taping, which you do at night. And it just keeps, because I notice that I frown a lot at night when I'm sleeping.
Do you?
And I think that makes my
Mine's just like I can feel it when I'm
wrinkles
like
worse.
working or out. I have sensitive eyes. I find I squint a lot from even with sunglasses on from the sun. It's just the overuse. Anyway,
I want to try the taping.
You try.
I'm going to. You guys stay tuned. That'll be documented for sure. Ben Beauty Collagen. Number one. Love
Can't go
that.
wrong.
That's like
Do you like the powder or the capsules?
I want the powder.
Yummy.
I want the powder, and the strawberry one's my fave. You got me onto these Victoria's Secret underwear, the seamless ones.
The best.
The pink brand are my favorite, but
They're
I
so
love
stretchy.
those. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of those.
Yeah, I love those. That's a good point. I bought ones from Livion Rose. I was buying a gift for someone, and it was like whatever, $5 for whatever amount. And I saved a couple for myself and gifted the other ones. Hate them.
I know.
I hate them. I know I'm pregnant, but I'm like
I threw out all my other underwear when I found these.
I'm with you. And they have cute colors or like more plain.
And designs, like.
Yeah, can't go wrong.
So I love good socks and underwear for Christmas. Great time to restock.
Slippers.
Last but not least, Vicky Mina makeup. I love getting some lipsticks for Christmas. Huge, huge, huge fan. She's got the best lipsticks.
Some red.
Oh yeah. I'm at my capacity for red. I think I have like 10 different shades of red for
When
lipstick.
I moved and I cleaned out a lot of my makeup, I was like, I don't know how I've had this for 10 years. Like I'm going to
Time
throw it
to,
out.
yeah.
I do have actually a MAC package I need to recycle because they do that, which is great.
That'll turn into a couple new lipsticks for you.
There you go.
I love those. So that is our gift guide. We're going to put it out on Instagram. And the other news I want us to share is we're also going to try a vajacial. Are you able to do this?
I don't know. We'll double check, but I'll be there.
Okay, well,
you do it.
Ashley may or may not be doing it, but for anyone who doesn't know, it's basically a facial for your vagina. I made a post about it on Instagram the other day because I keep seeing these ads and I thought it was hilarious, but the company wrote us and was like, we want you guys to try it. We're going to send you a pack with the vajacial masks.
Regardless, I'll try it after, but I think I can't really see my vagina right now. So.
I would have to place it for you. I can only imagine that experience. But so I'll be doing it regardless. We're going to report back and maybe the vajacials will get on the gift list.
Yeah, stay tuned.
I have one other thing that was on mine, and it was from Natalie Vancier, who owns the company Tour de Sol. And she's doing like a North Node advent calendar. So if anyone in your life likes astrology, you basically get a daily email that talks about your North Node and like who you're meant to grow into and your habits in this life. And so if you have any astrology lovers in your life, I think that's a great gift.
Yeah, that is. It's kind of nice to open up every day.
Oh, I love having something every day. And it's just different. But I think it's a really cool, I'm a big fan of that. So
Nice gift.
yeah, I highly recommend it. Did we have anything else on our list of goodies to talk about?
No.
Okay, well, this has been
It's been fun.
a wonderful reconnection.
Good job, 2020, or good jobs. Good riddance is what I meant to say.
Good riddance.
No, to 2022.
But did you like 2022? It's a big year for you.
I think it was good.
You're having a baby.
I know, but I'm ready for 2023. Let's go.
She's ready to move on and get it over. The pregnancy.
Yeah.
Not the baby. The baby we're very excited for. We can't wait. Give us your name suggestions on Instagram. Team Vladdy.
Yeah,
Let's
we'd
go.
love to hear from you regardless. And we'll see you next year.
We will see you
We'll be
next
back.
year in 2023. We love you guys so much. Have a wonderful holiday. Keep in
Stay
touch with us
safe.
online.
Bye.
Bye.